Welcome to my very first episode of the Godly Girl podcast. One of many. I am Godly Girl, a girl walking with God on purpose for a purpose to encourage, inspire, and to give hope to others through my personal experiences in life. I am Nikki Ross. I am the host and owner of this authentic, real life, real experience podcast where we are going to have fun, encourage each other, and just be able to share it with the world. So today is my very first episode, and I am truly thankful to God for what is about to take place. So y'all get ready for a ride. Today is my first one, and we are talking about relationships, right? Relationships with a mother and daughter relationship. It could be a father and son. It could be any relationship, your job, on your job, boyfriend and girlfriend, just relationships and how they are supposed to be treated, what happens in a relationship. And so without further ado, with me doing this first live podcast, I wanted to share the cameras with my three girls, my three Ks, Kanesha, Kaja, and Kayla. And so just sharing our relationships with the world. It's good to have a mother and daughter relationship. And so without further ado, I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Wow.
And
Wow. No intro. Hi, I'm the oldest of three. What would I say? K&R Decor. My name is K Ross. And yeah, I'm her oldest of three people, three kids, and she bullies me. It started off with me and it goes down, trickles on down. So I'm excited about this podcast. I'm proud of her for even just touching this particular light bulb that has pressed her brain. But with that being said, I'm excited about the questions that you have for us, what we're going to be talking about today, and that's just that on that. Hi, guys.
Hey. And so first I want to say thank you. Thank you for the birthday gift, right? So the birthday gift was the podcast. She's been saying since I said I wanted to start the podcast. She didn't know her buying the gift that she was going to have to be the first guest.
Wasn't aware.
Yeah. So happy birthday. Surprise to her. But we want to get right into it, just talking about our relationship. What was it like growing up with a young mother? Okay, so then I tell you what.
Okay.
I'll go first. And I'll say that I was told in my younger years that I would never be able to have kids.
Yeah, start off that way.
Yeah, that I would never be able to have kids. And being in love with like your first boyfriend, I wanted to be able to have a baby by my first love. And so it was the hardest thing because I was always told that I would never be able to have kids. And years down the line, I ended up having my first daughter. We went to the movies one day and we got her name off of Lean On Me. And we said, whenever we have kids, we was going to name our first daughter Kanesha. And so here we have our first daughter, Kanesha. It was just blessed from there. And so I'll slow it down a little bit because I'm truly excited. Some things happened once I had Kanesha. And I was looking for love. Love was something that I was yearning for. And the day that she came into this world, I was fulfilled with love. Because now I have someone who loves me unconditionally. They know that I'm now mom. They dependent on me. And it wasn't something that had to be pretended, because people pretend to love you. People pretend to be there for you. And so this was my one real friend, my one first love. And so I'm just thankful to have her. We grow like I was like her big sister because she was, I had her at 19. She was like a doll baby. And so that's what I did, I just could never put this doll baby down. I had this doll baby for like the rest of my life. And so I'm just truly thankful that she was the first of everything. Like we went through highs and lows together. Like anything that I went through, she was there. I call her the experimental baby. She was the one
Right.
that said, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. The one that's going to come when you call, and not taking anything away from her other sisters, but she is that one. And so, Kanesha, just give the people a little bit about how was it growing up with a young mother. So you wouldn't remember until maybe what?
No, I remember,
You
but
remember?
yeah, I remember. To like sum up, you just gave what you didn't have, plus more, plus more, plus more. Like if you felt like you lack love, you gonna give us more love than what it was.
Yeah.
Abandonment, we know that that's one of the biggest things. I count on my finger how many times you wasn't available at anything, no matter how small or big that particular journey was. You're gonna be there. You're gonna make a way. You made a way. We never had to look up to see if our parent was somewhere because we knew that you were gonna make it happen. One of my biggest examples was prom. You didn't have a prom. You didn't graduate.
Been great.
And I feel like my 12th grade year, and that's just not even the heights of it because I'm 32 now. I can go on from random conversations from 30 to 32 that you probably have helped out on the conversation on the phone and not even know that it was an experience that I was going through. But for year 12, you didn't go to prom, you didn't graduate. I had almost the choice to have maybe 3 prom dresses if that's what I wanted. I do remember having maybe 3 or 4 pairs of shoes, ranging from one to like however whatever shoe I wanted, I could get anything that I wanted within that time frame. You made it happen. It was a thing, but because it was something that you lacked, but it was something that you just knew that I felt now seeing today that your kids is not gonna lack. So 12th grade was one of those biggest things where it was an accomplishment that you didn't fulfill on your own, but I guess I was able to fulfill that for the first go round, and you just went all bets off. Whatever you want, girl, you can have it. Whatever type of shoe you want, you can get it. Whatever type of dress you want, I could care less the price range on it. You're gonna make it happen, and that's just what you did, and it just showed that from your first child down to your middle child down to your third child, you still keep it going. Even down with Kayla with basketball, you have not missed one basketball game, and even if you do miss it from like a church visit or you got like any other endeavors, you ensure that myself and Kaja are available for clones. So I really believe that that's the gist of it. Anything that you lack or anything that you didn't have, you gave it to us times 10 or times 100 on top of just being the mom that you are today. So I'm grateful. I'm blessed because I called you Susie, not even knowing what Susie mean, or what Susie really was. But Susie is really the evangelist. Susie is really what you are here today doing on a daily, and that's the reason why we get the blessings that we get from your walk and the things that you have experienced, and you have not let those things hit you, bring you down, detour you. And even if you had detours, those detours I feel like just showed us like ways to be able to maneuver with anything that come our way now or in the near future. So that's my piece on that.
Oh my goodness.
As a young mom, I don't believe I had a young mom. I believe I had somebody that had experience and just showed us the way. I didn't feel like I had a young mom. Reading your book showed me that I had a young mom age-wise, but mind-wise, I didn't have a young mom. It made me an old soul.
It made you an old soul.
So.
Oh my goodness, like that. I was not expecting all of that. I was not expecting all of that. But honestly, I did not share that that I watched my class walk across the stage with Kanesha in tow, right? And so I did a thing like whenever I go to like graduations, I would like boohoo and cry. I'm talking about boohoo and crying like it was one of my kids, or if somebody had passed away, because it was my own thing where as I didn't give myself that moment. I didn't give myself that moment to walk across that stage, that moment to make my mom and my family proud. And so it was something that haunted me pretty much all of my young life and some of my adult life until Kanesha actually walked across that stage. Like when I tell you, I could not hear anybody else. I mean, I was running and screaming and crying. And then it's like, when everybody goes outside to greet the graduates. And it was like the biggest, oh my God, it was so amazing. It was called a release, a release of failure. Because that was something that I carried all of my life. And so God gave me a child who was going to do and go exceedingly and abundant past what it was that I did. And so that was the amazing part. And so the next child, she gave me the same thing. And so the more you experience the good, when you're in bondage or when you're hurting, or you have things attached to you that haunt you, that you did not feel like you did well in, the more you experience the good of it, it releases you. And so I'm just thankful to have 3 girls, even though I wanted a boy.
I know I want a boy. Let's pray I get
Yeah,
you one.
you're gonna get one.
Yeah.
You're gonna get one. I can see.
Yeah.
His name
Soccer
being
mom.
Kevin.
No, his name is not.
His name is gonna be Trayvon. Trayvon P. KB Jr. All right. Okay, and so on to the next. What is a special memory that you have as a child that you might still think about today?
Oh, okay. So the first thing, but I feel like I'm just shorting you, but just the first thing. My Pocahontas party. So it's circles, it's full circle. Because now I'm like an event planner. I like to enjoy and make people happy. That's the behind the scenes thing. It's not like I'm scared or not confident. I just like to be behind the scenes, like head of operations, and enjoying what I bring to the table. So I think I had a Halloween birthday party. I don't remember the year, but I was Pocahontas, and I loved Pocahontas. I don't know why I love Pocahontas, but I just was head over heels. My room was like full of all Pocahontas stuff, and I had a themed Halloween birthday party, and you just made it your thing. Like I remember pigs in a blanket, and like all of the neighborhood kids around Halloween thing. Like we was the it house, so I just feel like, and that was me being young. So us having the it house and it being real deal the it house, and then me over the years also like 12th grade, high school being the it house, I just felt like I guess we were themed. It's full circle as a thing. And you touch other people. Like you got other people kids, you have other people parents coming or whatever. I mean, my biggest memory would be like my Pocahontas party. I really enjoyed that. You made it happen. It was a thing. And then maybe graduating high school, this was the funny thing because they always used to play on me. Like I'm an old soul, but they always used to say that I was really green. And they had this car, and this car was in front of the house. And I never knew that the car was for me. But my 12th grade year, they ended up giving me a car, and I called it the little Cam. And the car was actually sitting in front of the house for like maybe months in front of my home before I graduated. And that was my gift. I seen it every day, never knew it was my gift. So it's stuff like that is just like God gifted us with a mom like her, because it's just always suspense. It's always going to be a surprise, and it's going to always be beautiful memories. So that's just that on that.
Oh, that is beautiful. Ain't that beautiful? Ain't that beautiful? It was. She was. Like, I mean, walked clean past the car and did not even know that it was your car.
At the end, like, I really didn't know that little Cam was for me. And I was also riding around in y'all car, so I didn't really think that I had a car coming, but the fact that y'all had it there, the old saying, if it was a snake, it would have bit me. If it was a snake, it would have bit
you. It would have swallowed you whole.
Got me together.
Yeah, and that's just to go back off of what you were saying, what I didn't have. And I learned today, in today's world, that you don't give what you didn't have, you give what you got.
Right.
And that's right now, that's time. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, that's just how I did as a mother growing up. You just give what you did not have. I didn't get the car because I didn't graduate, you know. And not that that was a bad thing. I ended up getting my GED at 27 years old.
But I always want to stop you there. But you've got better with the whole GED thing.
Yeah.
Because she would always say the GED, and I got my GED at this time, and I'm like, but you got your GED, but you have touched so much more than anybody that has, like, just people. It could be the scholar. It could have been the person at IB. It could have been the person that you just thought that was gonna, at the end of the, what is it, superlatives at the in the yearbooks, where they felt like they was gonna be Mr. President or Miss Vice President, and it's like, okay, those people had all of those things, did all of that. Half the time, they probably haven't even had the confidence, the skills, the will to do everything that you touched, and you just have a GED.
Yeah.
That means nothing.
It means nothing.
Not a thing.
It does now, but you're going through it, so you wouldn't understand it because
No, I get that.
it didn't happen to
I
you.
get that.
And so, I'm thankful that it did because it just put me in touch with people who have gotten
Right.
their diplomas and those who didn't or
Right.
struggle with a GED. So when you go through stuff in life and it's something that was an impact to you, you're able to have sympathy and empathy for it.
Right.
And so I'm thankful for my life. I'm thankful for everything, whether it was something that I brought upon myself and even the things that life just brought my way or the cards that life has dealt me. I'm just thankful to be able to experience because sometimes some people just can't experience life or sometimes it's too late. And I feel like everywhere you go in life is where you are supposed to be. And so that's the part I like. That's the part that I like. So you're going to go through every stop sign, caution sign, construction, roadblock, all of it. But when it's in alignment with God, you're going to go straight through to where it is that you're supposed to be. Okay. And so the next one, what is something that you are really proud of today? It doesn't have to do with me. It could be something for yourself.
Okay. It's a few. It's two. I would say two. I would say pushing through grief, because that was a whole detour that I never experienced. Like that dark place. Like I've had friends that have been in like dark places. And I used to be like, girl, get up. Like, we don't know what that means because I come from, and I had an older lady tell me like, you come from a line full of strong black women. And so I guess that's where that strength came from, where it was just like, I'm not used to like going under the covers, being in a dark room.
Yeah.
Not wanting to go out, not being able to enjoy things that people are normally able to enjoy, like a concert or whatever. It may seem very cliche, but grief would take you to a whole nother point where it's like, depending on the scenario too, you'll be like, okay, well, I do want to go out on this random Tuesday, but how is the random Tuesday going to end? Or how is the random Tuesday? Things like that. But getting over that dark place was like full blown. A thing for me that nobody could help me with but God. Me getting on my knees. And what's the other one? Stepping out on faith on a job of 8.5 years. Oh my goodness. That was like the biggest thing. I don't have a dog, a fish, or a cat. However, I'm the oldest of three. I am, as the memes would say, the oldest child. So you are the family manager. I have 3 homes under my belt, and I would take that all day and tomorrow over and over again. But just stepping out on faith for myself, being able to leave somewhere that I was not even really complacent, I enjoyed wholeheartedly until they kicked us out due to COVID. And me being in the living room and being a stay-at-home like girlfriend and working from home, I really didn't like the whole stay-at-home thing. It was cool but it was more so like you had to have discipline. And also, I felt like I was losing certain skills and strengths that I had because I'm in a living room and it's a job that is not giving me purpose. So, really just stepping out on faith this year, going into some new endeavors, into my business, and betting on myself was like the biggest thing. It's still scary, I will say, but it's a good scary.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you a grown woman, you doing something for you, and you really enjoy it. So,
Yeah.
that's one thing I'm really proud of. And
Yeah.
also just being a big sister. That's one of the joys. Honestly, I always pick with them with holding up the number one. But it is a real big role. It's several responsibilities, but it's a role that I truly enjoy and I hold dear to my heart. They both have me wrapped around my finger. They both are two different individuals, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm thankful for them. Those are really my babies.
And
And
you really think so too.
yeah, those are my kids. And yeah, so I'm proud of that.
Yep, and I am proud. I am proud too. I'm really a proud parent, because I didn't have a lot of bad situations with y'all.
You
I mean, most
didn't.
definitely didn't have any.
You really didn't.
I did not, and I mean, like I didn't even get calls. I mean, calls home from school. When you were in school, like no fights, like none of that, like none
Until
of
you
it.
went
It
on the
was
cruise. We did. We act up one year. Y'all went on a cruise, and Linda was our babysitter. But that was about it.
yeah, no, but it was no, it was really a good thing. And what I love about you, what I took from you was anytime, and I did it too when I walked away from GRTC and started my own business.
On a random Wednesday.
Oh my God.
I remember that. That's what made me be like, girl, like you could do it. Your mom got a brand new Eveline. Whatever year it was the year of the car. And it was like she left a job that she enjoyed. Like I remember you getting up, loving putting on your uniform and sorry to cut you off,
No, you're
loving to
fine.
put your clothes, get your coffee and going. And we just laughed about this the other day, how you would get mad when you would get sent back home because you didn't make it on time.
Because I missed out.
But that showed you discipline. And here today, you a supervisor and you understand being punctual.
Yeah.
You understand all of these roles that these people were set in place to be superior to you at that
Yeah.
time frame. But now it makes you like it's full circle.
Yeah.
But then it make me look like, well, girl, you can handle anything because your mom, the same job that took care of y'all. When I say I raised Kadra, but the same job that took care of you guys and y'all didn't want for anything. You may have walked around in the same Target flip flops, but we didn't want for anything. Anything that we wanted, we received, and that was the beautiful part about it, not being spoiled, but you did it. And the same
Yeah.
person that got her GED, same person that went and did this, same person that was able to hit every endeavor that you wanted. It's like, so what you scared of?
Yeah.
Like, go and do it.
Yeah.
Your mom showed you the way.
Yeah.
And the same thing that you had, she didn't have. So
Yeah.
what are you afraid
Yeah.
of?
Yeah. That was so no, and honestly, like it's so amazing. I would look back and I say like this happened and that happened, but it was giving you levels to stand on to get to the next level. If you never had anything to stand on, you could never grow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly. And so I'm truly thankful for my stepping stones because I needed them. I needed them. And no matter how bad they hurt, no matter how many times I had to repeat them, I'm thankful. I'm thankful because where I am right now, I needed all of that to get to this point. I
Right.
needed it to get to the Golly Girl podcast. I needed it to be able to share my situations with others. You know, like it's not easy. Going through something in life and repeating cycles over and over and over again until you learn a lesson from is the hardest thing. Like, how are you still repeating this thing 5 and 6 times? Like, you should know better. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, y'all are my light. Like, I honestly think I said, I don't know if I said it already, but I was looking for love. You know, my mom was young. My dad was young. I was raised at my grandmother's house, and we lived like the Waltons, right? And so you might have 4 or 5 people in a room, in a 4-bedroom house, but you could not tell me that we were not middle class. Everybody was doing their own thing, and you knew your family loved you, but it wasn't a thing where we said before we went to bed, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Or a hug or a kiss. And that was something that I yearned for, right? And I didn't get that to y'all at an early age either. To say the word,
Yeah.
but to do the thing, to do the work, I did, and it was only what falls from your family tree.
But you would do a thing where I think where I would take from it is maybe you not saying I love you because we do it now where it's weird. Where you got to make it seem where it's weird. Just say it.
Yeah, you got
just make it weird. But you would do a thing. I think your just from my outlook on it would be Christmas time, and oh my God. And she would write like a card, and she'd be like, well, before you can open your gift, you need to read out what I said or read my words, because these are the words that I, and now today it's just like, okay, it don't make me be mushy. I can say how I feel, and I still might be a little teary, but I'm not uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not shy about it. It's not something that I'm not used to. When you're going to a family or it's friends where people don't even have that.
Yeah.
People don't even know how to write a letter to you and say X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Or a birthday card or whatever the case it may be. You may be sick. It's natural for me. That's a strength, but I feel like that's the foundation of how it was, where it's something that, again, you lack. Nobody gave that to you.
Yeah.
You may have felt it in certain relationships, like with grandma and things like that. But grandma ain't say I love you because she ain't said to me, but I knew the hit on my leg or the way she would say don't hurry or certain things, like she loved us for sure. But yours was more so like just writing. But again, it comes from you too because you were a writer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now you want people to read your words that you write, and now it's making us emotional, but it's also showing us how to be able to say what we need to say.
And love isn't just saying it.
Right.
It's showing it. And so one thing I will say is that she did tell me she loved you that one time.
She did.
Before she transitioned from this world. But it's just a beautiful thing. And like now, even like with my mom, like all of us get on the phone. Me, you, Sabria, all of us on the phone. And before we end our conversations, we say, I love you.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And that is it. Like, you have to say it because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. And say what it is that you're saying, because I always say it now and today, that a dead man can't hear you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shell. So say what it is that you need to say to your family now. And so that's how we are. We'll be loving each other in 1 minute, and the next minute we'll be fussing, but we still, love each other.
Right.
And so that's the beauty of a family. And everybody can't say that. Some people don't know how to love. Some people never have been loved. You know what I'm saying? And so that was one of the things that I lacked. And until you came into this world and gave that to me was when I was able to, one, love myself, to be able to say love and express it and receive love. You know what I'm saying? Because it was never saying or defined in fine print that this is love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm grateful for that. Honestly, no. So everybody has their own piece. And when I interview with Kaja, I will share what hers is. And it's so fitting. Everybody's is fitting for who they are in my life.
Right.
And so, yeah. That part. And so let's keep it going. What keeps you going when things get tough? How do you handle tough times?
How do I? Well, one, I pray daily. Like, grief showed me something a whole nother. I've always been, of course, we always been in the church space.
Yeah. Having that faith base.
Yeah. But you can also lose faith.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that you can't.
No, you don't lose
faith.
it. You don't lose it. You just don't activate it.
That part.
In the thought.
Right, because I always know what it was. Like, even like I said, when I was like the instructor for praise dancing and doing all of those things, everything that I wanted came. Everything that I needed, like, was just now today aligned. Anything.
Yeah.
That was like my first apartment, my first, like, getting a promotion at work when I was running the group home. Literally everything was aligned because I was at service, or I always knew that. But the grief portion just was just like, it make you mad, it make you upset.
Yeah.
But why? Like, that's why I say that vision part where it's just like, I don't know, but you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
So that was another lesson where it's just like, okay, girl, either you're gonna be angry, you're gonna figure out this thing because you know you're not an angry girl,
Yeah.
or what we gonna do about it. So I would just say prayer. Like, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, I really just prayed.
Yeah.
And of course, Susie and Linda.
Yeah.
Those are my spiritual girls.
Yeah. And I always say this is how I condition myself. When I get up in the morning, that's the first thing I do. I don't know if it's because
No, you do.
now as I'm me being 52, that I open my eyes and I literally say, "Thank you, Lord, for just waking me up this morning."
That part.
You know,
A
I
new
mean,
breath,
literally,
a new
I
day.
say that. I say it, and I mean it wholeheartedly. This is every day. This isn't something that I forget one day and then no. This is a consistent basis because I have a relationship with him, and that he allowed me to wake up again and again and again. So you have to give thanks to him. Before I leave this house, I go in and I pray over the baby girl from her head to her feet. And as I'm heading to work, I put that armor of God on, put that gospel music on, and on my way to work, I'm already praying and asking God to go before me before I even get there, to be the light under my feet, under my pathway, wherever I go. And as long as you invite him on, it's not going to stop or life from happening or things from happening in your life, but it's going to make you aware. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make you aware that, you know what I'm saying, God is God, that he looks high. He sits high and he looks low. And so wherever I go, God is going to be. And I'm going to make sure that to the day that I die. And so I'm just thankful for that part, as to say that having this relationship with him, that I'm going to pray about everything first. January 1st, I said to God that I am going to trust you with my entire life now. And ever since I've been doing that, he have been showing me himself, even when I get a little bit of doubt, because we are human. But the Holy Spirit filled in the inside of me is the reminder, which the Holy Spirit filled on the inside of me is the connection between myself and God, right? And he's just a reminder to let me know that, girl, you said it the first of the year that you was going to trust him, well, then trust him. And just like the other day, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I ain't got this money bag. He showed me that I had the money bag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't assure me right then and there, but all you got to do, you can't just keep saying, oh, well, I trust God, I trust God. You have to solely trust him that he's going to make a way. So I had that hope, right? I had the hope, and my hope activated my faith. And my faith reached out to my Father, and my Father delivered. And so, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. That worry and doubt.
Yeah.
Not the faith part, as far as just piggybacking off of losing faith. Because it's not the losing faith.
Yeah.
It's just the worry and doubt where you just be like, girl, what you worrying? Why are you worrying for? And what are you doubting for? Because the same thing that you was worrying about or doubting, it worked out. So this is another situation. And it's going to do that. It's going to work out for you if you just put the work in, too. So.
Yeah. So true. So true. Right. So, if you had to describe our relationship, what would you say? What's your favorite memory of us?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I got quite a few favorite memories.
Oh, give us some.
But I'll do one. I guess I would say one, can't nobody mess with our relationship bond and business, because we did a thing where when you did At the Spot, that's another step out on faith.
Oh, yes.
Where you left a role and you just was like, I'm about to do a paint and sip. This is it. This is my building, X, Y, and Z. And we
Oh
worked
my
like
God.
7 days a week, every day,
7 days.
for
Oh my
months
God.
straight. And I remember her gifting me us a trip, a cruise. I think it was like 5 or 7 days,
Oh yeah,
a
5 days
cruise,
cruise.
five
Yeah.
day cruise, and we worked up until that cruise. But one thing I can tell you, and my dad said this, I said this to you one time. He said you got to have a relationship with somebody that doesn't want to disappoint you, and you don't want to disappoint that person. Of course, y'all gonna have all types of
Yeah.
business situations. You're gonna have a mood where this Tuesday you not the bubbly godly girl, or I could come in. But one thing I can say, when we came into at the spot, we provided the best services. We made fuss in the bathroom to the left.
Yes, we did.
But no one could say that we didn't provide the best services. It wasn't like a unprofessional situation because it's mother and daughter. We can do anything there is that
Yeah.
is put into us and rock with it. It's time. It's showtime, and that's just what it is, and I believe that. So those are my best moments. One of my best memories where I just feel like we could do whatever. Like that showed us we could do whatever we can do because it was a business and it was something new for the both of us.
Yeah.
We never did that.
Yeah.
So
true.
yeah.
So true. And that was so funny just to come back off of that and just talk about activating your faith, right? I wrote and I've been journaling ever since I was 12 years old. And I had journaled in the book and I was saying like I wanted this business. I wanted to call it At the Spot. I wanted the door to be here. I wanted the TVs to be here. I wanted the back room to be here. And I drew out this whole entire composition notebook with everything that I wanted from At the Spot. I wanted a big boy lounge. I wanted the girls
It was
painting
like a spa area.
Oh, it was like really nice. Like when I
But
tell
you drew out everything. Like it was a thing. Like
I-
the robes.
listen.
You drew out the robes. You
Listen.
drew out literally everything.
everything.
Yeah, like it was serious.
Yes, I drew this, and I'm so glad that you here, so people wouldn't think that it's a joke. But God said to write it down and make it plain upon tablet, meaning paper, so those who read it can run with it, right? And what he's saying is that you write out your blueprint. I wrote out my blueprint, and even though I did not know this scripture, I wrote out this blueprint, and I wrote it down. I went to church, and I didn't have any money. We had a prophet, Mother Hines. She was there, and she was saying, "Everybody get up, write a check for $200." And I wrote a check for $200. Y'all know how long that's been. I say wrote a check. I wrote a check for $200, and it was one of the club, the Pan Am Bra Club checks. And I went up to the front, and she prophesied over me and told me everything she told me things that was going to happen or whatever. I can't even remember. But she prophesied over me. I went and sat down. And when I sat down, you remember?
Your phone rang.
I had a missed call from the dude from the building. Now, my credit was jacked up, so I didn't think that I was going to get this building. And the man called. Went outside and called the man, and he said, "Oh, I was just calling you to let you know we have your keys, and we got copied down. The building is yours." And I'm like, oh, my God. And I'm talking about a credit score of like 560. 560 credit score. And I was still able to get it. That is nothing but God. Not man, not woman, not family, not friends. That was God. And so I went into this building, and everything that I had wrote in that composition notebook was exactly how that building was. Am I joking?
No, and I think it was perfect for the time frame. Like,
Yes.
it just showed you. I guess it was also just showing you, like me at my little 32, just showing you what you could do.
Yeah.
Like, you left a job again that you enjoy. It won't like you didn't enjoy the job. Like you enjoyed the job.
17
But also you
years.
just felt like I could go do more. I can go and bet on myself.
Yeah.
And you did that. Like
Yeah.
I remember that day, and I'm like, oh my God, like she really now.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I was excited at that time, but now looking at it, it's just like she really was doing stuff behind, and us knowing things behind the scenes, like you said, you won't all just write at that time, credit score or whatever.
Yeah.
But you still went to go touch that light bulb, and that light bulb hit. So
Yes, it
that's
did.
the lesson for
Oh
me,
my goodness.
in my 30s.
And everything was like so perfect. That's what I said, in alignment.
Yeah.
We had just moved here.
No, seriously, we only had one weekend where the building wasn't fulfilled, and that was Thanksgiving, and we were here for Thanksgiving.
Right.
Yeah, it was always booked.
Yeah.
We could never not do a business. We can always do a business.
We could
Yeah,
always
we
do
could always
business.
do
I know it, and it was so convenient. That was
Yeah.
so convenient, but it was so amazing because it was Kevin's birthday,
Yeah.
and he had, I don't know if he want me to tell it, but this is my show. he had hit the number for $40,000, and I hope the IRS not looking. I'm just kidding. That was years ago, but he had hit the number, and man, like when I tell you, I just was able to run with it, go get the furniture. And remember the guy said, I said I wanted the building name to be At the Spot, and he was like, nobody is going to understand what that is. I said, it's okay. Long as I understand what it is. That's it. At the Spot. It just sounded like it was just so perfect. I said, and what it's going to get people to do is going to get your attention.
Definitely, because we still
You're going to want to
get it.
know. You're going to want to know what is at the spot. And that is exactly what happened. People would come and we just wanted to know what it was. And so you can't never let somebody who can't see the same vision that you see,
Right.
Be able to tell you that this can't happen or this isn't right or what have you. Because at my next location, it's going to be At the Spot again.
Yeah, it was a thing. Like, yeah, you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
and at the Spot was rainbow colors.
multicolors.
And it was red, green, blue, yellow, right? And I was just only doing it because it was a paint studio. But a rainbow is a covenant of God's, right?
You sound like your daddy just now.
Did I? Oh my God. Well, he should be proud. I love you, Daddy. But no, like it's a covenant. It's protection.
Yeah.
And wholeheartedly, like from the day that we opened until the day that I actually closed it down, like I had no regrets.
Yeah.
None.
That's why I say you should be proud, because it was dope.
Yeah.
Only literally one weekend, probably, I would say wholeheartedly. Well, two, because we went on a cruise one weekend. And then the weekend of someone still having it available for Thanksgiving. So,
Yeah. So I don't know what I would have did.
We was booked.
Yeah. Booked and busy.
Booked and busy.
And he would come through and look through the window.
Booked and busy, sure would.
Or come take the trash out. I guess that's the man of the building, right?
Booked and busy.
Oh, good.
Let the women work.
All right, y'all. So, are you ready for another one?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it like being the oldest? And what does that job consist of?
I guess it's beautiful being the oldest. 1, 2. I enjoy being the oldest. Again, like I said, it's a full responsibility. But I thank God for allowing me to be the oldest of 3. Also, I guess that's coming from you, like that foundation. But I feel like with us and the foundation that we do have, looking now, I feel like we're gonna be dope our later days.
Yeah.
Because of how me and Katja couldn't fight. We really couldn't fuss. We could exchange words, but we just understand the importance of sisterhood, the importance of having your sisters, and love, being there for one another. And at the end of the day, agreements, disagreements, at the end of the day, it's your sister. These are the people that are here, was with you, same family, under the same roof. It's nerve-wracking sometimes. Just always just having your own responsibilities and your own things to come. But their phone calls, like getting their random phone calls and things like suggestions or advice and stuff like that, is just dope. It's dope to have people valuing your opinion
Yeah.
and people, like
Looking
so
up to you.
looking up to you in that
Yeah.
particular piece. So that's one of my major goals that I truly feel like makes me dope because can't nobody take away me being the big sister that I am
Yeah.
today. So I love my sisters, and I don't know what I would do, honestly, if I didn't have my Virgo or my Cancer, because I know that these are my ride or die when I get old. So it's just dope to know that
And the different
the
personalities, because
different
y'all
they
do
gonna
have.
have us. We're gonna have each other, and that comes from the foundation of you too, because
Aw.
that's just what it's gonna be. We don't play about each other,
Yeah.
and the 3Ks is really a thing. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the next
Yeah,
business
3K,
invention.
3Ks is a thing, and at the end of the day, I love them. I hope they do indeed know. I know they know I love them, but
Yeah.
my biggest accomplishment is really being that big sister. So I
Yeah.
love it. They're spoiled, rotten, and that's about it. But yeah, other than that, yeah, they're spoiled rotten. Love
Yeah.
them dearly. Wouldn't trade them. And that's literally one of my biggest accomplishments, being able to hold up that one and let them know. But today really showed me holding up that one is like, yeah. when
Holding
you
up that one,
Holding
yeah.
up the one is that you started off. And, but yeah,
Yeah.
love them dearly.
Yeah. And I can't say like my being raised at my grandmother's house. I've always had brothers and sisters, even though they were cousins. We did fight.
Yeah, but we couldn't
We
fight.
did, yeah. And so y'all couldn't. And so that wasn't something I wanted to happen. And we didn't really fight.
Yeah.
Me, Rhonda, or Jovette didn't fight.
But we couldn't fight. So anything, I feel like any little small thing that we go through, it don't feel right.
Yeah.
So it's not going to make it bigger. It's not going to escalate to be anything bigger because
Yeah,
the
'cause you ain't
smallest
used to
thing, like we can exchange words right here today and it just don't feel right. Vice versa, the middle will even say like, I ain't like the way, I didn't mean to say it that way or whatever the case. But I feel like it just came from us really not being able to like fight. That's just the gist of it.
Yeah.
It don't feel right. You don't supposed to fight. You don't supposed to really have an outs with these people.
Yeah.
So
Okay. All right. Well, this raised the bar now. You're going to like this question.
you think?
Uh-huh. Name some women who have been role models in your life
Oh my!
and why. Tell us about those relationships.
I'm gonna get in trouble for the order. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay.
For the order. For the order? Okay.
Of course, all of my Bosco Bell women.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the sophisticated woman I am today. My Bosco Bell women. We have. Of course, Rhonda and Jovette. Of course, you said that they always would argue over me. I just love them. I feel like I get the from like y'all. Like,
Yeah.
Like coming in a room and I'm just not really don't want to big myself up, but kind of just like being the light.
Yeah.
Or where is this person? Or where this person been? Or I think that comes from like y'all whole aura. And then my sophisticated people, where it's like a Fatima, it's Bria, and of course Kenya Alice Massingberg. Just being able to show me the way, like a short nail versus from a long nail.
Yeah.
Or everybody not knowing what you do or how you do it. Just everybody don't need to know what you do. It's just always representing yourself as a lady, but not being fake. You can also just still be authentic.
Yeah.
But everybody just really doesn't need to know. Of course, my
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Dakadra Jackson. Always into Marvel. That's one of the biggest ones that showed me that no one, like, just your lady presence.
Yeah.
It's a lot of beautiful women, and I'm thankful for that because I really used to get picked on by, like, my dad's side on, like, why you act like this? Or why you maneuver? And they will laugh at it today. Well, why you maneuver like this? Like, there ain't nobody paying you no mind. Or you can cuss, or you can say a cuss word, or you can go this way. And it's just like, no. Like, this isn't the space or this is not the way that I want to carry myself, because I know how it is from my point of view to see women that do carry themselves and still have a good time.
Yeah.
But also carry themselves as ladies, and you just get a different type of respect, a different type of, or from other people, and that's just that on that. Like, I just feel like what you do is your safe space with your people, but just always carry yourself as the role models that I had gracefully to be able to be a part of my life as I became a woman. So yeah, I hope I didn't leave anybody out. Of course you, Mom, but we talked
you
about
have
you
to say,
all day.
you have to, yeah.
You said
I'm
women.
okay.
You said women, period. You made me, baby.
Yeah.
I am the reason for why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. I'm grateful because it was a village needed. You know what I'm saying? And just like me coming up, I had my Aunt June. I had Oprah.
Right.
Aunt Regina, which I seen go from a mother of three, just three girls, and I pretty much did everything. I had Aunt Shirley, I had Grandma, I had Aunt Edith, Aunt Gina, Aunt Margie. I had a lot of great women, and everybody were hardworking women. Mm-hmm. Everybody had relationships, or either they were in relationships or married. Aunt Regina, she was the go-getter. I remember wanting to be just like her. And they say, be careful what you ask
like
for.
You have,
I did. Yeah, they say, be careful what you ask for, and you get it. I mean, because I was over there every summer, and I seen everything from Frania to Fatima to Sabria, and each one of my kids have something of each one of them.
Right.
And in the order that it comes, you and Fran, y'all both short, and have a little mean streak.
Why do you always say I have a mean streak?
Y'all do have like a little mean streak. I mean, but
I don't think I have a mean streak. Why do you think that I have a mean streak?
No, I think it's more so because I'm learning boundaries and you have them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
I get that.
It will be to me, you know, because
you have
a
your
newcomer.
Heart on your sleeve.
I wear my heart on all over.
Sleeves, all over your body.
Right. And so, like you and Fran, you know, are one and the same. And then it's Fatima and Kaja most definitely are from, they don't even go from 0 to 100. They already at 100. You just need to have the situation. And then it's Bria and Kayla, who are the babies and act accordingly to the name that they are given. And so, I mean, just watching her, red lipstick, you know,
no, seriously.
always been a go-getter. Got her own business, doing her own thing, and so
and
to be a
never
replica.
Gets tired. I feel like
and
I
she
always
never.
tell
oh
you,
my God!
I always be like, "Can you just sit down?" And I feel like Oprah got that like that drive, like how you said you seen her when you were younger. It's just like you be like, "Lady, you're not tired." I say that about you. Sit down. You're not tired? Nope. I'm going to go get it. Like, this is just my own. I'm high off life.
Yeah.
I'm about to hit all goals of what I got going on. So you definitely hit that mark. Be careful what you ask for, because you're Oprah. A beauty Oprah.
Yeah. And so I've seen it. And so even like in our family on my mom's side, every woman is an entrepreneur. If you look at it, every last one of them are entrepreneurs, except my mom.
She came to work with you.
I'm her mom. I'm her manager.
Her boss.
Okay.
Superior.
Yep. And so, last question: what are you most passionate about right now?
I really am very passionate. This is probably would be the mean streak. I am most passionate about like standing on my boundaries, and the boundaries is just not for. It's not for anybody. It's literally me being most disciplined on myself. Like, being used to routines, being the yes, okay, yep, you can get it, yep, whatever, because we are people pleasers. You kind of made some people pleasers.
Yes.
But it's not like bad people pleasers where I want you to be my, hey, I want you to be my friend, because we have enough
Is you want everybody to be okay.
You just want everybody to be okay.
You want everybody to win.
Comfortable, like that's the thing. But this go around is solely like, it may hurt. It hurts for sure, but it don't hurt as bad as it used to, because now I understand. Like, no, they will be okay if they're not bleeding in the hospital or really need you for real, it's solely be disciplined enough to know that it's your time to get yourself together. Like,
Yeah.
to enhance yourself, if I would say so myself, to like hit those goals that you really want to hit, that you have kind of like let roll behind because you didn't touch other things, and there's no regrets on that because it's really on you. You really doing things where it's like you kind of could have been a little bit more disciplined on yourself. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
So with that being said, just being more disciplined into like hitting what I need to hit to be where I would like to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that first step was stepping on faith and leaving that job that didn't give me purpose. So
yeah, well, I want to leave you with this, that I pray that everything that you touch, think, feel happens in the remainder of 2025 going into 2026. I know that you are going to leave your mark. You're going to put your mark, your stamp on every room that you walk into.
thanks,
Everything. Just having the foundation that you have, and just having the boundaries that you have now, because I be trying to violate sometimes, and you won't be letting up.
Sometimes
And
I
so-
do, but I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
no,
and
like,
I
so
respect
true.
that too, because it's more so like, well, you know, your own mama. It could be a thing where you're like, well, it's my child. You left that out when I left, and you just felt like, and I'm like, Mom, when I left home, I would still need you, and those were the times where
Yeah.
I really, truly indeed needed
Because you didn't
and
tell the
had
people
you.
that I almost had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, she had a nervous
Because you
breakdown. My
was
21st
leaving.
birthday, I was moving into my apartment.
She was about to leave.
And I wanted to like rip the application up just because
Yeah.
that's that people pleasing thing. But of course, it's not even people pleasing because
couldn't
your
even-
mama is
oh my
outside
God.
of people.
And I'm so
But-
sorry for that. I couldn't even go with you to,
She didn't go with me to
get
sign,
the keys.
to,
Oh my
sign my
God.
lease, get the keys. It was a thing. Like, she was being really, really.
No,
But I get it.
couldn't.
When I have my kid, I understand like how I act
Yeah.
towards them. I definitely get it.
I brought your first vacuum.
But what I will say, everything that I had, and we'll leave with that. Everything that I had on my laptop that I wanted, I had saved my little tax money and on top of my little job money to get from my apartment. Everything that I had on my computer, even though you was acting the way that you act, and it was only because you felt like I was leaving you, you brought everything off my list.
Yeah.
So I had a fully furnished first apartment.
Yeah, did. Yes, y'all. And so, listen, it is a wrap for me and my daughters. First sit down together. And if I say nothing else, like, build a relationship with your mom. It is a great thing to do, because a mother and daughter relationship is the start of your life, and how you will receive people and how people will receive you. So having that good relationship where your mom has instilled things into you. Your mom is your first role model. Well, it should be
Yes.
anyway. Your mom is your first role model. You find strength in your mom, even at her weakest moments, you find strength in it. And so if I leave you with nothing else, I want to leave you with Proverbs 1, 8, and 9. And it tells us to listen to your father's instructions and do not forsake your mother's teaching. They are garlands and the grace around your head. Okay, so know that it is a jewel to have a relationship with your mother. This is Nikki
agree.
Ross, just stopping by just to say that. All right, until next time.